Lululemon shares volatile after reporting earnings just a few moments ago. A sizable beat on the top line as more consumers shopped from home. Let's dig in with Sam Poser, analyst at Susquehanna. Sam, I mean, it would seem to have beaten on both the top and the bottom line, but why do you think investors aren't giving this company a clear win as a takeaway this quarter?
Well, what we've seen in general is that companies they've been doing great, and a lot of investors that haven't done, a lot of generalists have sort of bought into the stock and don't see guidance, are saying, well, this is great, but what happens next? I believe that what we're going to see here is the little dip we're seeing now, and then the people who've done the work and really get an idea of how good business is and see the stock really start to move again. We've seen this happen numerous times this year with a lot of companies that, get price targets raised and so on and so forth. People get excited, and then the numbers come in better. People back off a little bit, and then it gets going again. And I expect the same thing to happen here.
I mean, digital sales up 155%. The company, in the statement that Kate Rogers just brought us, said it was cautiously optimistic about the uncertainty going forward. I mean, any company that has numbers as sky high as that, the comps going forward are going to be difficult. But do you think that Lulu is cautious enough for the uncertainty that could come?
Well, I think that they're working, very hard through their CRMs and really understanding they understand their customer better than most, and so I think cautiously optimistic. I would guess that if you have brought them to the side, they'd say they're probably a little more optimistic than cautious. But given the macro environment, I think the caution is needed, given that you don't know if you mentioned 492 of the stores are now open. If something causes stores to close in the back half of the year, that could throw a wrench in a lot of things. But other than that, I mean, controlling what they can control, they're doing it exceptionally well, and as better than almost everybody else out there.
What's your take, Roxanne, on the? Oh, sorry, apology. It's just Sam. My bad, Sam. What's your take on the acquisition of Mirror?
Well, I think that the Mirror acquisition, is really going to allow them to, develop, what's been coming on as sort of home workouts and really be able to improve the interaction with their customers for those customers that don't, want to come into the stores. And the trainers, from what we understand, will be wearing Lululemon. And we believe that there's an opportunity down the road to have a virtual dressing possibilities where people can, look in the Mirror product and see themselves what they would look like in certain outfits, and then buy it online. The company hasn't confirmed that, but nor have they denied it. And given Calvin McDonald's background at Sephora, where they've done that with makeup, we anticipate that that's coming, maybe not soon, but in the not too distant future, with Mirror as well. So we think there's lots of opportunities there.
Sam, given the length of the stay-at-home economy and the unemployment still remaining at high levels, I mean, Lulu does operate sort of in the stratosphere of workout gear, and there are only so many people who can afford a $130 pair of workout pants. And I'm wondering if you think at some point the company will face a certain pricing pressure that will eat away at its margins if people don't have the money to spend on the products like they used to.
Well, you have to remember a couple of things. One, a lot of the people are spending the money on this rather than going out for dinner, traveling, buying a new suit or a new pair of dress clothing. So it's become a new wardrobe. That's number one. Number two, they have a lot of white space outside of the United States. There's a tremendous opportunity. And three, they really do. They've never said we want to commit to absolutely everybody. There's lots of other brands out there that sell activewear or yoga wear, but Lulu does such a great job of communicating with their core customers and bringing in more core customers that I don't foresee that as a problem, unless, I don't foresee a product problem, nor do I foresee them tripping up on the inclusive way that they communicate with their consumer base.